Hello everybody, welcome back to the Project Return online classroom. I'm Miss Celia, and today we are going to be reading an excerpt from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 2. For some context, Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most famous plays, and it's about two lovers, Romeo and Juliet, who come from feuding families. Romeo is a Montague and Juliet is a Capulet, so their love is supposed to be forbidden. In this scene, it is the first interaction between Romeo and Juliet after they first meet after a party. We begin with Romeo. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two with the fairest stars in all the heaven. Having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp, her eyes in heaven. Would thou the airy region stream so bright, that birds would sing and think they were not night? See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. Juliet exclaims, Aye, me. Romeo continues, She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head, as a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him, when he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. Juliet begins, O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, but be sworn my love, I'll no longer be a Capulet. Romeo listens as she speaks. Aside, I shall hear more, or shall I speak at this? Juliet continues, This but thy name that is my enemy, thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's a Montague? It is nor hand nor foot, no arm nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes, with that little title. Romeo doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself. Romeo jumps in, I take thee at thy word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized, henceforth I never will be Romeo. Juliet says, What man art thou that thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel? Romeo jumps in, By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word. Juliet says, My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague? Romeo says, Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike. She responds, How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here. Romeo says, With love's light wings did I perch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do, that dares love attempt, for thy kinsmen are no stop to me. Juliet warns, If they do see thee, they will murder thee. Romeo says, Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity. Juliet responds, I would not for the world they saw thee here. Romeo says, I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than prolonged wanting of thy love. Juliet responds, By whose direction foundst thou out this place? Romeo says, by love that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as vast shore washed the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise. Responds, thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Faint would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say, I, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior is light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that may more coying to be strange. I have been more strange, but I must confess that thou erst heardst ere I was ware my true love passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding light to love, which the dark night hath so discovered. This scene starts a budding romance between Romeo and Juliet. I encourage you guys, if you enjoyed this, to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we look forward to having you sit in for more reading and rap videos with me. Thank you so much for joining me on the Project Return online classroom, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks. Goodbye.